Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, for this morning's episode of Bullet Points, we have got to take a trip together again to Philadelphia. And I can almost hear you on the other side of the camera. Braden, we talk about Philly a lot. You are correct, sir or madam, because there's a situation in Philly. The whole defunding of the police, the whole gun control, the whole no gun rights thing, and the interesting rise in crime when you tie in a district attorney that's progressive named Larry Krasner. Well, what's interesting about this bullet points opinion piece that I'm about to hit for you, it focuses on a councilwoman in Philadelphia who was actually caught in the middle of a gunfight in the crossfire. Thank God she's okay and no individuals were harmed in this incident. But what I'm about to show you is an opinion piece out of Philly based off this incident. In fact, this is so interesting with this councilwoman. I actually did more research and it garnered a second video tonight to show you the background, which makes all of these videos today and tonight tie together beautifully. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below. What do you think the catalyst is? What's the big irony? What's the big piece of duh that I'm going to give you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment? While you guys are typing that out, I'm going to do a quick read from our sponsor this week's videos, and then we're going to hit it and hit it hard on the other side. Now, Armed American Supply is back. This time, our sponsor is a small family-run business owned by a retired law enforcement officer and his wife. They design, print, and ship everything in-house from their shop in southern New Jersey. This week, they are running a buy two, get one free sale. If you're the type who loves quality Second Amendments and a blue-collar apparel, this is your chance to grab 3 for 2 in the description box below. And thank you so much for Armed American Supply for making this possible. But now, let's check this out, guys, because this is very interesting. Tell me if this strikes any kind of chord of memory for you back in December. U.S. Congresswoman carjacked at gunpoint in Philadelphia Park. Does that sound familiar? It happened in December of 2022 last year. December 22nd, 2021. Delaware State Police have taken into custody 5 suspects after U.S. Representative Mary Gay Scanlon was robbed of her automobile at gunpoint in Philadelphia Park on Wednesday. Scanlon, a Democrat who represents Pennsylvania's 5th congressional district, was unharmed in the mid-afternoon carjacking, which occurred following a meeting of elected officials as she walked to her sport utility vehicle. Again, glad she's okay, but there's another candidate or politician we're going to talk about right now. Quote, "I thought we were going to die. Jamie Gauthier's brush with gun violence is all too common for many Philadelphians." That's the article we're touching on. What kind of city is this in which an elected official has to duck inside her car for cover to avoid being shot in her own district? A very fair question, Janice. Let's dive in. All right, so here's what actually happened. Councilwoman Jamie Gauthier had just left a We Embrace Fatherhood banquet at the Montauk, Civic Association Center at 37th and Mellon Streets last Saturday night around 5 p.m. and was getting in her car when gunshots suddenly rang out. 5 p.m. This is broad daylight, okay? Quote, "There were so many shots," Gauthier said. "I thought we were going to die that day, but all I could do was pray and wait for the shooting to stop. And by the grace of God, we were unharmed and managed to drive away." Again, extremely grateful that no one got hurt in this incident, but it does speak to the state of affairs in Philadelphia. Afterward, a police captain told her that several shooters had been involved, but no one was injured. Still, the experience rocked her. Okay, several shooters in the middle of Philadelphia, multiple gunshots, no one was harmed. What does that sound like? Yeah. Now, the point of me bringing this up is this is a sitting councilwoman of the city. So she makes the policy and everything, the budgets and the police budgets for the entire city. You see where I'm going with this? Just wait till tonight's 9 p.m. segment. She spent 2 years pushing the administration to declare a state of citywide emergency and treat gun violence as a public health crisis. We covered that on this channel as well. She's one of the city councilwomen who tried to get the mayor of Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh to declare gun violence as a public health crisis to get more money out of the federal government. You remember that whole thing? The same thing New York did? She's one of the people that was tied to this. Meanwhile, Philadelphia reached a record level for homicides last year, and more people, 115, have been killed in Philadelphia so far this year than by this time last year. Gauthier has ideas about how to stem the violence. Quote, "That could include everything from policing, but also a broader set of resources like trauma support and violence interrupters that are on the streets 24 hours in those areas," she told me. What does that sound like? Are you guys seeing the breadcrumbs? These are all the hints that you're going to get, okay? Or safe youth activities for as many hours as we are able to during the day. or programs that offer stipends for young men not to shoot and make it financially worth people's whiles to get out of the cycle of violence, paying people to not shoot people. Are you guys seeing this? Wait till tonight's segment. Oh, it's so good because it all comes together. What kind of city is this in which an elected official, or anyone else, has to duck for cover to avoid being shot? It's not normal. And God help us if we get to the place where we act like it is. I completely agree. It's not normal. And I'm not really excited that this is something I have to report on. But if you watch the segment tonight, you're going to see that this person's actions directly affected the outcome that she experienced on this day. This is really important because all of the movements, all of the decisions that the far left progressives have done, that this woman is one of them, is leading to this experience for every individual. This is why we have a Second Amendment. This is why we carry firearms. This is why we protect ourselves, because the environments are being made unsafe by people and policies like this. Like I said, guys, I've teased it a lot. Wait until the 9 p.m. segment where I put a bookend on this and tie this bad boy together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tonight at the 9 p.m. segment. I'm Braden. See you later.